Theoretical recap. The conversion funnel, also called the marketing funnel, is a model that represents the journey a prospect takes from their very first contact with a brand all the way to becoming a customer, and potentially a loyal advocate. The classic simplified version breaks this journey into 4 stages. Awareness. The prospect discovers the brand or product. Consideration. They evaluate options and show interest. Conversion. They take the desired action, typically a purchase. And retention/loyalty. They return and recommend. At each stage, the audience naturally shrinks, which is why the shape is a funnel. Many people enter at the top, fewer reach the bottom. A common mistake beginners make is treating the funnel as a strict linear process. In reality, prospects can jump between stages, exit and re-enter, or skip steps entirely. Another frequent error is confusing channels, where you communicate, with funnel stages, where the customer is mentally. For example, social media can be used at the awareness stage and at the consideration stage depending on the content. A quick mini example. A user sees a sponsored Instagram post about a running shoe brand. Awareness. They click, browse the website and read reviews. Consideration. They add a pair to their cart and complete the purchase. Conversion. A week later, they receive a loyalty email with a discount for their next order. Retention. This simple sequence is the skeleton of virtually every digital marketing strategy you will build. Workshop brief. Now that you have a solid understanding of what a conversion funnel is, it is time to make it tangible by building one yourself. This workshop is designed to bridge the gap between theory and practice. You will choose a real or realistic business scenario and physically draw or diagram a simple marketing funnel tailored to that scenario. The goal is not perfection, it is clarity of thinking. By the end of this workshop, you should be able to look at any business and immediately sketch out the broad strokes of its customer journey. Start by choosing a business or product. It can be a real brand an e-commerce store, a SaaS tool, a local service, or a fictional one you invent for the exercise. The important thing is that you can describe it in a few sentences: what it sells, who it targets, and what the main conversion action is: a purchase, a sign-up, a quote, request, etc. Write a short description of this business at the top of your document, no more than 5 lines. This grounding step will make everything else more coherent. Next, map out the 4 funnel stages for your chosen business. For each stage, awareness, consideration, conversion, retention, you must specify 3 things. 1. What the customer is thinking or feeling at that stage. 2. What digital channels would be most relevant to reach or engage them at that stage. And 3. What type of content or action would be appropriate. An ad, a blog post, a product page, a follow-up email, etc. Do not just copy a generic template. Think critically about your specific scenario. A B2B software company and a fashion e-commerce brand will have very different answers even though the funnel structure is the same. Once you have mapped all 4 stages in writing, produce a visual representation of your funnel. This can be a hand-drawn sketch photographed with your phone, a diagram made in a free tool like Canva, Google Slides, Miro, or even a simple table in a Word or Google Docs document. The visual does not need to be polished or designed beautifully. It needs to be readable and logically organized. Make sure the funnel shape, wide at the top, narrow at the bottom, is visible or implied, and that each stage is clearly labeled with the information you defined in the previous step. Finally, add a short written reflection of 100 to 150 words at the bottom of your document. Answer the following questions. Which stage do you think is the most challenging for your chosen business, and why? Is there a stage where a common mistake, as described in the recap above, could easily happen in your scenario? What would be the single most important metric you would want to track at the conversion stage? This reflection is not just a formality, it is the part of the workshop that demonstrates your ability to think critically about marketing strategy, which is a core competency of this course. You are allowed and encouraged to consult your previous course materials, especially the lessons on digital marketing channels, key definitions, and the introduction to the conversion funnel. You may also use any internet resources you find useful: tutorials, examples of real funnels, marketing blogs, or free diagramming tools. You may work alone or ask for feedback from a peer. What matters is that the final submission reflects your own understanding and reasoning.